Hey, what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm your late night spooky friend Mike, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, please subscribe if you are new here and you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 151,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe right now and join the fam. But what is going on, you guys, and welcome back. And today we're going to be taking a look at another scary story. And this scary story is called The Blackest Night. So the story of The Blackest Night is a scary story about a young couple who visit a haunted cabin on the darkest night of the year. But enough of the jibber jabber, let's jump right over to the story. The Blackest Night. It was almost midnight when they drove down the crooked, lonely country road and stopped outside the old log cabin. A chill wind was blowing and the moon was full. The boy and the girl stepped out of the car and made their way towards the cabin. They opened the door and peered inside. "Is this it?" she asked. "Yeah," he replied. "This is the place. Let's go in." "You first," she said. He stepped inside and she followed. The door creaked shut and the darkness closed around them. "Did you know that tonight is the darkest night of the year?" he asked. "No. Is it?" she said. "Yeah," he said. "They call it the Blackest Night. Do you know why?" "No," she said. "Okay, I'll tell you," he said. "It was 20 years ago. Even back then, the cabin was abandoned and falling apart. Sometimes it was used by hunters who were going to the game in the surrounding woods. It was also used as a makeout place by young couples like us. They say this broken down shack has seen a lot of hugs and kisses. But all that came to an end one cold October morning." "What happened?" "Well, they found the body of a young girl inside the cabin. She had been murdered, and it was an extremely brutal scene. They said her eyes had been gouged out and she was gutted like a fish. Her body was ripped open from her belly up to her chin. Her guts were strewn all around the cabin. The killer also chopped off one of her hands. She bled to death. It was slow and painful." "Oh, how horrible," she exclaimed. "Why are you telling me this?" "Well, that's how the story goes," he said. "The murderer was never found. They say that ever since then the cabin has been haunted. Every year on the darkest night of the year, the night this terrible crime took place, if you listen very closely, they say you can still hear the screams of the dying girl. That's why they call it the Blackest Night of the year." "You're just making all of this up to scare me." "Not at all," he replied. "You love to intimidate me." "I swear it's the truth," he said, but she could see a hint of a mischievous smile around his lips. "You never heard of this legend? I thought everyone knew about it." "No, I never heard it before," she said. "This place has given me the creeps. Let's go out of here." "Come on, this is interesting. If you told me this all before, I never would have agreed to come. And the thought of that poor girl crying, I don't even want to think about it." "Shh," he said. "Let's wait a little longer. Maybe we'll hear her scream." "I don't want to," she protested. "I'm already trembling like a leaf." "Well, I'm the one with the car," he said. "Maybe I'll just go off and leave you and you can spend the night here alone." "No," she cried. "Don't even joke about that." She grabbed the door handle and pulled. The rusty hinges creaked and the handle came off in her hand. She let out a shriek of surprise. Her surprise turned to panic, and she began pushing and shoving and banging on the door, but it wouldn't open. "Is this your idea of a joke?" she cried, her eyes welling up with tears. Let me out." He didn't answer. She turned around. He stood there in the moonlight, a faceless black silhouette. "Are you scared yet?" he asked sarcastically. She looked down at his hands. He was unscrewing his right hand, turning it around and around. He pulled it off, revealing a rusty metal hook. "What is happening?" she said. As he got closer, she saw that he looked much, much older. His hair wasn't blonde anymore. It was gray, and his face was lined and wrinkled. "I love this night," he said. "It's a shame it only comes once a year." "No," she begged. "Please don't." "For 20 years they've been coming out here," he said. "The faces change, but the girls are always the same. Silly, naive, vulnerable, and stupid, waiting for me." "No," she whispered as her knees buckled and she slid to the floor. He grinned. "This is my night," he said as he raised his hook. On that cold October night, the lonely cabin was filled again with the horrifying sound of a girl's screams. The eerie sounds were carried on the breeze, and those who heard them looked fearfully into the darkness, then hurried home to tell their loved ones about the terrible legend of the blackest night of the year. And that is the end of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I thought it was really good. I thought it was spooky. I was not expecting it to be the guy. I mean, they could have gave him a name at least, but regardless, it was still pretty disturbing. It turned out to be the guy, but I don't know how he managed to make himself look older when they were originally like teenagers, I guess, and then by the end, she said he started to look older and older and older, so maybe he was like, I mean, if he was wearing a mask, surely she would know about that. So he can't have been wearing a mask this whole time and actually been this old man. So I don't know, that part threw me off a little, but regardless, I thought it was a pretty good story, and the hook is a pretty good weapon of choice. Personally, I would have gone with the chainsaw, but you can go with the hook if you want, man. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good story, very spooky and just basic, and that's what I like about these stories, is they're kind of like old school stories that just kind of take me back to when I was a kid. Kind of got that Goosebumps feel to it, if you get me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, please smash a like on it. Let's see if we can go for 50,000 likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. But my question to all of you for question of the day is, who did you originally think it was that was the killer? Obviously, we didn't see it coming. I mean, I kind of did. I was getting a little suspicious, especially when she said to him, "Why are you telling me this? Like, how do you know this stuff?" That was when it kind of started to stand out to me that it was him. But like, it throughout the whole story, it kind of sounds like, you know, he's just trying to freak her out, like we all do as guys. It's our job to scare girls when we go to spooky cabins. Of course we want to freak them out as like a little prank. So in my head, I was also thinking maybe he was just trying to spook her out with a scary story, but I didn't really think that was going to happen. Like, how did he become the old man? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That is question of the day. But thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and remember the most important thing, chase your dreams, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoy my videos and you would like to support me and my channel more, you can go over to my Patreon. Link is in the description. I would really appreciate any help you guys have to offer, and you can become a patron of mine over there. As you can see, we have different tiers and different rewards, so if you guys want to go check it out, I would really appreciate that. Every little helps. Thank you so much. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss any future uploads. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And remember, the most important thing, I love you guys, and chase your dreams.